Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the most intense and significant battles of World War I, the Battle of Verdun. This colossal clash, etched into the very soul of France, saw hundreds of thousands of men pitted against each other in a struggle for survival amidst a hellscape of artillery fire and mud. We'll uncover the reasons behind this epic confrontation, delve into the brutal realities faced by the soldiers, and examine the lasting impact it had on the course of the First World War. Make sure to stick around till the end, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fascinating historical content. Picture this, it's 1916. The Western Front, a jagged scar across the landscape, stretches from the Belgian coast to the Swiss border. A brutal stalemate has gripped the warring nations, millions of men locked in a deadly embrace. The German High Command, led by the ambitious Erich von Falkenhayn, devises a daring, some might say reckless plan, their target Verdun. Now, Verdun wasn't just another dot on the map, it held immense strategic and symbolic value for the French. This fortified region, steeped in history, represented the very heart of French resistance. Falkenhayn believed that by launching a massive offensive against Verdun, he could bleed the French army dry, break their spirit, and secure a decisive victory for Germany. Little did he know he was about to unleash a maelstrom that would consume both sides. The Germans chose February, a time of bitter cold and biting wind, to launch their assault. Their opening bombardment, a terrifying symphony of destruction, was like nothing the world had ever seen. Thousands of guns unleashed a torrent of steel and explosives, transforming the once tranquil landscape into a scene of unimaginable devastation. The French lines, though battered and reeling, held firm. And so began the agonizing struggle for Verdun, a battle that would test the limits of human endurance and forever scar the landscape. Verdun, situated on the Meuse River, was more than just a geographical location. It was a bastion of French pride and military strategy. The city held a special place in the French psyche, its fortifications a symbol of national strength dating back centuries. For Germany, capturing Verdun would be a strategic and symbolic victory, severing vital supply lines and delivering a crushing blow to French morale. On the French side, the weight of defending this sacred ground fell upon the shoulders of General Philippe Pétain. A shrewd and resolute commander, Pétain understood the gravity of the situation. He rallied his troops, bolstering their defenses and organizing a relentless logistical operation to keep them supplied. Facing him was Crown Prince Wilhelm, heir to the German throne, eager to prove himself in battle. The clash of these two figures, each embodying the ambitions and anxieties of their respective nations, would play out on the blood-soaked battlefields surrounding Verdun. The Germans, with their superior numbers and firepower, were confident in a swift victory. They aimed to break through the French lines and seize the heights surrounding Verdun, giving them control of the battlefield. But they underestimated the tenacity of the French soldier and the formidable defenses they had constructed. The stage was set for a confrontation that would etch itself into the annals of military history, a battle where every inch of ground was fiercely contested and the fate of nations hung in the balance. Chapter 3, imagine, if you will, the deafening roar of artillery shells screaming overhead, the earth trembling beneath your feet, the air thick with the acrid stench of cordite and decaying flesh. This was the reality for the soldiers at Verdun, a living nightmare where death lurked around every corner. Men lived in squalor, crammed into trenches that were often little more than waterlogged ditches infested with rats and lice. The constant bombardment turned the battlefield into a desolate wasteland, a churned-up moonscape of mud, barbed wire and shattered trees. The psychological toll was immense. Soldiers witnessed horrors that would haunt them for a lifetime. Friends and comrades were blown to pieces before their eyes, their bodies reduced to unrecognizable masses. The threat of death or disfigurement was ever present, a heavy weight pressing down on their souls. Yet, amidst this inferno, acts of extraordinary courage and resilience shone through. Men charged into the teeth of machine gun fire, their bayonets fixed, their determination fueled by a potent mix of patriotism, fear, and camaraderie. Medics, under constant fire, risked their own lives to tend to the wounded, their humanity a beacon of hope in the depths of despair. Verdun was a battle fought not only with bullets and bombs, but also with sheer willpower, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who endured its horrors. Chapter 4. Verdun wasn't just about statistics, about the cold, hard numbers of casualties and lost ground. It was about the individual stories of the men who fought and died there, stories of incredible bravery, selflessness, and sacrifice. Take, for instance, the story of Sergeant Émile Driant and his small battalion of chasseurs. They held off wave after wave of German attackers at a place called Bois des Cours, their fierce resistance buying precious time for French reinforcements to arrive. Or consider the countless acts of heroism performed by stretcher-bearers like those who braved a hail of bullets and artillery fire to evacuate wounded soldiers from the exposed slopes of Mortehomme, a hill that earned its grim name. One story that captures the spirit of Verdun is that of the Voie Sacrée, the sacred way. This vital supply route under constant bombardment was the lifeline of the French army at Verdun. Day and night, a seemingly endless convoy of trucks, ambulances, and horse-drawn wagons traversed this perilous road, bringing vital supplies and reinforcements to the front lines and evacuating the wounded. The drivers, often under enemy fire, displayed incredible courage and determination, knowing that their efforts were crucial to the survival of their comrades. Verdun produced countless tales of heroism, both grand and small, that serve as a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure, even in the face of unimaginable suffering. These stories, passed down through generations, serve as a reminder of the human cost of war and the sacrifices made by those who fought in this epic battle. Chapter 5. The Battle of Verdun was a clash of ideologies, a brutal test of endurance between two determined adversaries. The Germans, under Falkenhayn's plan, sought to bleed France white through a war of attrition. Their strategy relied on relentless artillery bombardments, wave after wave of infantry attacks, and a focus on capturing key terrain regardless of the cost. The French, on the other hand, adopted a strategy of elastic defense, absorbing the German onslaught and launching carefully planned counterattacks. General Pétain's mantra, "Ils ne passeront pas," they shall not pass, became a rallying cry for the French nation. A key factor in the French defense was their ability to rotate troops in and out of the Verdun sector, giving them much-needed rest and preventing the complete erosion of morale. The Germans, however, kept their units in the line for extended periods, leading to exhaustion and a decline in fighting spirit. As the battle raged on, both sides introduced new technologies and tactics. The Germans deployed flamethrowers to terrifying effect, while the French countered with the innovative use of rolling barrages, coordinating artillery fire with infantry advances. The tide began to turn in the summer of 1916, when the British launched their own offensive on the Somme, drawing German troops away from Verdun. This, coupled with mounting German casualties and the growing realization that their strategy of attrition was unsustainable, led to a gradual scaling down of the German offensive. By December 1916, the French had recaptured most of the lost ground, effectively ending the major fighting at Verdun. The Battle of Verdun, a 10-month struggle of unimaginable ferocity, finally drew to a close. The landscape, forever scarred, stood as a silent testament to the hundreds of thousands of soldiers who had fought and fallen there. Though a tactical victory for the French, Verdun left an indelible mark on both nations, a symbol of the brutal cost of war and the resilience of the human spirit. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging historical content. See you next time.